If you're a business leader today, your biggest problem isn't just keeping up with technology. It's getting your head around the fact that a totally new kind of competitor is here, one that plays by a completely different set of rules. We're about to break down a strategic briefing that explains exactly what this means for you.
To really get a sense of this massive shift, just look at Ant Financial. In only 5 years, they signed up over 1 billion customers. That's more people than the entire population of North and South America combined.
But here's the really wild part. Ant Financial serves all those people with less than 1/10 of the employees of a typical major bank. How is that even possible? Well, it's not just about having better tech. It's a whole new way of building a company, where AI is the core of operations, making crucial decisions without any human bottlenecks.
So what we have here is this new AI-powered model, and it's on a direct collision course with traditional businesses. Honestly, understanding the difference between them isn't just a good idea anymore. It's about survival.
And when you look at them side by side, the advantages are just massive. A traditional company, as it gets bigger, eventually hits a wall. It's called diminishing returns. But an AI-powered company, it actually gets more valuable the bigger it gets. Its scope isn't stuck inside different departments. It can just plug into other businesses, almost like Legos. And maybe the most important thing, it learns at a speed no human team could ever match, all thanks to these nonstop algorithmic feedback loops. So this is the key takeaway, right? This isn't just about a new app or a cool new product. We're talking about a fundamentally different and frankly superior way of operating a business. We've seen this movie before. It's Amazon versus retail. It's Uber versus the taxi industry. This pattern is literally reshaping our entire economy.
All right, so how do they actually pull this off? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that's powering these new digital giants.
The authors call it the AI factory, and that's a perfect name for it. Just picture this machine running 24/7 at the very heart of the business. It's constantly sucking in data from everywhere and using it to automate the decisions that run the company, everything from which ad you see to whether or not you get approved for a loan. And this factory has 4 main parts, all working together in sync. First, you've got the data pipeline, which is like the supply chain, bringing in all the raw materials, the data. Then you have the algorithms. Those are the machines on the factory floor doing the work. The experimentation platform is your quality control, always testing and tweaking to make things better. And finally, you have the infrastructure. That's the whole building, connecting everything together and delivering the final product to the user.
And let's be really clear here. We're not talking about some self-aware, sci-fi superintelligence. This is all powered by what's called weak AI. These are just systems that are designed to do very specific jobs, but they do them at a speed and a scale that's just impossible for any human being.
Okay, so if you're running an established company, this is, well, it's a monumental challenge. And the answer is not as simple as just going out and buying some AI software off the shelf.
It actually demands a complete redesign of your organization from the ground up, because the single biggest barrier to making this change, the one thing that will absolutely kill this transformation before it even starts, it's already inside almost every large company out there.
And that enemy is organizational silos. You know what I mean. When every single department has its own data, its own code, its own way of doing things, it becomes impossible to build that connected digital core that an AI factory needs. The data just can't flow.
Now, to fight this, the book lays out a really clear 5-point game plan. It starts with a single, unified strategy and a clear digital architecture for the whole company. From there, you have to build the right tech skills, shift your focus to agile product development, and finally, put in new kinds of governance to manage it all responsibly.
But this whole transformation, it's not just about business models and tech. It creates some really deep, profound new challenges, not just for business leaders, but for all of us.
This quote from the book just captures the danger perfectly. Because when you remove all the friction from a system, all the natural speed bumps, things can spin out of control really, really fast.
And that gets right to the core of the problem. These new systems are basically frictionless. And what that means is that a single digital signal, whether it's a brilliant ad or a piece of dangerous misinformation, can now reach billions of people almost instantly. There are no breaks.
This new kind of power creates a whole new class of risks that leaders now have to manage. We're talking about things like algorithmic bias, where the AI accidentally learns our own worst prejudices, the constant threat of massive-scale cyber attacks. We're talking about extreme market concentration, where just a handful of companies control everything. And of course, the very real risk of widespread social dislocation as automation takes over more and more jobs.
Which brings us to the final, and maybe the most important question of all.
The big challenge isn't about what technology can do anymore. The real test of leadership in this age of AI is deciding what it should do.
Now, if you want to explore these strategic frameworks in a lot more detail, we've put a link to the book Competing in the Age of AI for you in the description below.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the strategies and ideas that are shaping our world. We'll see you in the next one.